welcome. How are you? My name is Rusty Humphries, and this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Time to check in. Who are you? Where are you a deplorable from? I want to know your city, your state. What's on your mind today? What is your number one news story today? What's got your attention? We're going to go over that. It's interesting. What is Facebook's number one story? We'll get to that in a second. It's kind of interesting. So check in, say hi, share the video, and let people know that we're here and what's on your mind, okay? By the way, tonight's show is being powered by the nice folks at Right Wing News. Also, you can watch us at Liberty One TV. And sponsored tonight by the wonderful app, the HearMeOut app. If you're not following me on the HearMeOut app, well, you're missing much of the program or much of our secret behind-the-scenes communications, and those communications are important. So go and download to your phone the HearMeOut app and make sure you have it handy, and then when something happens, you and I can chat, okay? I was just on Facebook a moment ago, and where's that? I guess I got to bring up the front page again. By the way, let's say hello as we're getting ready here. Richard's there. Hi, Richard. Jack is there. I think, Jack, on my news feed, your video show popped up. I watched a couple of moments of it. Good for you. Good for you, Jack. T. Wayne's there. Jennifer's there. Chris is in Cleveland, Ohio. Troy is in Conway, Arkansas. Diane's there in Bowling Green, Ohio. Barbara is in Washington State. Jason's there. Hey. Dave is there in Covington, Kentucky. Jessica is a deplorable from Illinois. Wants to talk about Governor Greetings from Missouri. Okay. Scott's there from North Dakota. Elisa is there from Blackwood, New Jersey. And Elizabeth says, Paul Ryan's retirement will destroy the GOP. No way. You're right about that. Patty's in Michigan. Wes is in Oklahoma. Sherry's there in Bristol, Virginia. All right, we're going to get your stories first. I just thought this was fascinating. The number one news aggregator in the world is Facebook. Whether you like it or not, they are. So I was taking a look as Zuckerberg is on every channel all day long for 2 days, right? What's the number one story? Is it Facebook? Well, no. Look at this. Jeremy Corbyn, the number one story, Jeremy Corbyn, a Labor announces plan for under 25s to have free bus travel. Okay, so the number one story is out of England, and if you're under 25, you might be able to ride the bus for free. Okay. Number two, Robert Mueller. Ryan says he has assurances that Trump won't fire the Russian investigators. Number three, woman says the Missouri governor coerced her into a sexual encounter. Okay. 4, food stamps. Trump considering drug testing plan for food stamp recipients. I'm all for that, by the way. And it's not that I don't like people or I don't think poor people should be able to get help. I do believe that. I don't think it's a lifelong thing. But if you are supplementing your drug habit with food stamps, so let's say you're getting $600 a month food stamps and you could take that $600 to go buy dope, I don't think that's what it's supposed to be there for. But that's me. What do you think? Bank of America is going to stop lending money to gun manufacturers. Khloe Kardashian is there, I guess. And Khloe's a friend of mine. I like Khloe. I guess her boyfriend was cheating on her. I didn't know. I didn't know. Oh, there was a big brawl. I got the video. I'll play you that in a second. Baseball. John Boehner is joining a marijuana firm's advisory board. And I've talked to John Boehner in the past. Him being high on marijuana does not surprise me. Anyway, in the top 10 stories on Facebook, Zuckerberg is nowhere to be found. The questions of Facebook, not to be found, but they aren't manipulating the news at all, are they? No. The number one story in the world is people under 25 in London might be able to ride the bus for free. Is this it me, or is there something weird about that? Let's see. What's on your minds? Kitty is in Harding, Virginia. Jeff checking in. How are you? Wes thinks, how about firing Mueller and getting a real FBI? Here's the problem. If you fire Mueller, that's exactly what the left wants to do, because then, and especially before the election, that's all they'll say. They don't have to run on anything but, Trump is in collusion and he's fired Mueller because Mueller was so close to him on Russia. When you and I know that's baloney, it doesn't matter. Facts don't matter in today's political world. It is mostly based on emotion. And if you can fool the people into thinking that Trump is hiding something with Russia, and the proof is he fired Mueller, well, that's a pretty powerful, persuasive technique for the Democrats to take over the House. Kitty there. Hi, Patty in Oklahoma. Linda checking in. Hi. Elisa's there. Tina says, well, I guess our troops don't matter, to Facebook. Is there a troop story today? I didn't see one. By the way, speaking of London, so the number one story in London today is, of course, free bus rides. Here's the number two story that I saw, and nobody's talking about this hardly. Did you see this one? They're somehow teaming up with the Cookie Monster, and look at this, a knife bin. They've got cardboard boxes now all over London, it appears, working in partnership with Only Cowards Carry, weapons awareness, and you can drop your knife right into the bin because, of course, they don't have guns, and guns are the scourge of the world, so now it's knives, and you just drop the knife right in the bin, and the world in London is going to be a much better place. Isn't that nice? That's thinking. That's good. And what does the Cookie Monster have to do with knives? I like the Cookie Monster, but I don't get that one. Oh, speaking of the Cookie Monster, there's a video. This is kind of cute. Washington Post. No, I know you don't like the Washington Post. I don't like the Washington Post either. But you know what? When somebody does something cute and somebody does something that is interesting, you give them credit. And they made a little video today with the Cookie Monster. And let's play it here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
Dum-de-dum-dum. Dum-de-dum-dum-dum. Yep, this is the place.
We're working on an investigative story about the letter Y. People think it's a vowel, but we got a tip that it might be a consonant.
Great, I'm glad we're covering that.
Me glad we covering that. Yeah, good one. Yeah, what Irv said.
The new guy started here last week. He's a little eccentric. But he's been in the media almost 50 years. He must be doing something right.
How do you feel about Bitcoin? I think that...
Oh, me love it. Yeah, me going to do deep dive into cryptocurrency. Bit cookie.
Are you planning
Excuse
on...
me. And... Where picture go? Irv, you take picture?
It's Ron.
On his first day, he had a little trouble with the Pulitzers.
You know, David, this Pulitzer could use a bit more cardamom.
He ate my Pulitzer.
Hi. So, the first few days here have been a little rocky. Okay, ha ha ha, very funny, me get me the new guy. Oh, was it you, Mary Beth? But me catch on quick, and now, me practically Bob Woodward.
His signature in emails is just cookie emojis.
Cookie is great at working the phones.
Me not care who involved. Me prepared to go straight to top.
He's got this voice that really puts sources at ease.
Me need that recipe.
Who was that?
Oh, me got a hot tip. Thin mints, 1/4 of an inch thicker. Me next assignment. Finally, get to the bottom of who stole cookie from cookie jar.
It's been nice to see how invested Cookie is. He's really growing into his new role.
Ready to hit the newsroom and make the world a better place?
Yes, me am. Me. Actually, me better stick to the food section.
Anyway, you know, it's cute. People are going, I don't know why you're playing it. Because it's okay to have entertainment every once in a while. I didn't say it was the funniest thing in the world, but it's, you know, hey, it was cute. All right. So what's that? Nom, 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 nom. You don't remember the Cookie Monster, Ken? Come on. Come on. It's the Cookie Monster. Sounds like an Asian from 1970s Hollywood. Ken, what, are you not from America? You're not from America? You don't know who the Cookie Monster is? Come on. Jessica, what relevance does it have? Jessica, guys, everybody, not everything has to be politics all the time. It doesn't. It's okay to laugh every once in a while. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to be entertained sometimes. If all you do is focus on Democrats bad, Republicans good, you're going to have an ulcer. You're going to get sick. It's part of the problem with the country today. We are so divided because everybody's so focused on the other guy's bad, we're right, they're wrong. It's okay. It's okay to lighten up every once in a while. That's all. That's all. Okay, speaking of giggles, the nice folks at the Wall Street Journal did a timeline on Facebook. First of all, it's kind of funny to see the Zuck, how young he is. But it's interesting to hear how they've changed Facebook. So I want to share that with you here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. If I can see the start button. Here we go.
Connecting to people and finding people they haven't seen in a long time, friends from middle school or high school or long-lost buddies, and just reaching out to them.
It's not enough to just connect people. We have to make sure that those connections are positive.
To see how Facebook became an election-influencing player, we went back and looked at how Facebook's message and mission has changed. 2005, about a year after the launch at Harvard and then other colleges, Mark Zuckerberg said Facebook was for two things.
One is, as you said, to look people up and just find information about people, which is actually a pretty decent resource to find stuff because people feel comfortable sharing. And another is also what you said, just connecting to people.
Jump ahead 3 years, Facebook is available to anyone over 13 years old. And now,
Facebook is about helping people share information and share themselves.
Okay.
Right? And for the last 4 years, what we've been doing is just building products that in different ways help people share different parts of their personality, help them communicate, share parts of their identity with each other, and just open up.
2010 was the year to remember. Facebook doesn't only think of itself as a website, but as the underlying social platform for the entire internet.
We're going to connect all of these different graphs together to form the Open Graph. And when we connect all of our graphs together, the web is going to get a whole lot better. People can have instantly social and personalized experiences everywhere that they go.
And a month later, after lots of criticism about privacy, control becomes part of the message.
When people have control over what they share, they're comfortable sharing more. When people share more, the world becomes more open and connected.
And Facebook can make more money off it. You know, here's the interesting. They were in trouble back in, according to this, 2008 and 2010. We're now at 2018, and finally they're being hauled in front of Congress. This has been going on for a long time, and in Congress, you know, he's given his speech. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to fix it. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. And the congressmen are so stupid. Oh, okay. Okay, he's sorry. He's sorry, Jimmy. It's okay. You know, here's the thing. I like Facebook. I do. I enjoy going on Facebook. I haven't liked it in the past year or so. It seems to be going downhill. But I like Facebook. I also liked it when it was a fair source. Here's one thing, though, I didn't know, and I'll get back to the Zuck in just a second. It seems to me that anybody that helped Donald Trump get elected, their lives have been destroyed. If you think about the long list of people who were out there during the election, who donated money, I mean, Steve Wynn, gone. Right? Steve Bannon, gone. I did not know that Cambridge Analytica was owned by the Mercers, who were two of Donald Trump's biggest donors, and before that, they were the bigger donors of Ted Cruz. So it seems to me that there has been a systematic destruction of people who supported the President of the United States. This has been something that has been behind the scenes, quiet. Yes, it has been, they've gotten these people, but if you think about the way it's been done, it's been very sneaky. You've got a little dust up over here. Monica Crowley, her career got destroyed because they made up that she stole some words in a book, which she didn't do. You know, all of these people, if you go back, is it hundreds, thousands, the people that were out front the most? And all of a sudden, all of those people are gone. Hope Hicks, gone. The people closest to the president, gone. The donors, gone. The fundraisers, gone. This is dirty at the deepest levels, I think. Like I said, I did not know that the Mercers owned Cambridge Analytica. And then again, the Cambridge Analytica story is so blown out of proportion. I didn't know who they were. Yeah, Ken says, remember Joe Biden plagiarizing? Oh, he ripped everybody off. Linda says she likes Facebook too. Again, Zuck, buddy, I'm not picking on you. You know what? I'm talking as if you were a politician or somebody that I have supported. I supported, the Zuck for a long time. I supported Facebook for a long time until they turned on people, until they dropped 80% of the traffic of Breitbart, for example. A massive amounts of my traffic disappeared. Right here on this page, gone. Gretchen says, Rusty, you're saying that deep state is taking out conservatives? Yes. But I'm saying even more dastardly, they are going after people. And this is not just inside the government. I think there's stuff going on the outside, and I'm not a conspiracy guy. But I'm just looking at the people that were on Fox News all the time. Eric Bolling, gone. Bill O'Reilly, gone. Roger Ailes, dead. The management at Fox News, gone. The people who were the biggest supporters of Donald Trump, Hannity's still around, but not much. I'm telling you, this is a big deal. All right, let's get back to the Zuck and the changes to Facebook.
And in a more open world, many of the biggest problems we face together will become easier to solve.
Then, a month later, at the All Things D conference, Zuckerberg reinforces the open and connected mission with a bit of sweat.
What we wanted to do and what we wanted to spend, a big part of our lives doing was just continuing to push and kind of build products that help people share information, build products that help people stay connected. No.
Girls?
Whoa.
Take a moment. What is it? Making the
world more open and connected.
Oh my God, it's like a secret
Cool.
cult.
In 2011, Facebook views itself as the sharing platform of the future.
I think the next 5 or 10 years are going to be about all of these different products and industries that can be rethought now that you have this base of all these connections in place for people.
The 2012 IPO marked a new platform for the open and connected message.
But here's the thing. Our mission isn't to be a public company. Our mission is to make the world more open and connected.
2013, Facebook starts to actually view itself as a player in world politics. A good player, that is.
We use things like Facebook to share news and catch up with our friends, but they're going to use it to decide what kind of government they want, get access to healthcare for the first time ever.
From 2016 to today, Facebook began to see that with great power comes great
responsibility.
Responsibility. We have a big responsibility to make sure that these tools are used to create the most benefit for people around the world.
And we will do our part, not only to ensure the integrity of free and fair elections around the world,
but also to give everyone a voice and to be a force for good and democracy everywhere.
In 2017, Zuckerberg officially changed the Facebook mission to
bring the world closer together.
And finally, 2018. Mark Zuckerberg testifies before lawmakers on Capitol Hill, making it clear that Facebook can't just create the tech tools.
It's not enough to just connect people. We have to make sure that those connections are positive. It's not enough to just give people a voice. We need to make sure that people aren't using it to harm other people or to spread misinformation. And it's not enough to just give people control over their information. We need to make sure that the developers they share it with protect their information too.
All right. That was the Zuck over the years. Oh, it's so funny when people come on this feed and they're either really dumb or they have no idea what they're talking about. Look at this guy. This just makes me funny. Where'd it go? Alan. Yeah, he's draining the swamp. Are you liberal, maybe? Alan, really? Are you really this stupid? Dumbass, listen. Yeah, I'm calling you a dumbass. I was saying that the people who supported Trump the most are the ones that have been hurt the most. Not the people who are draining the swamp, that wanted to drain the swamp, have been attacked on all sides. Something very devious is going on. And no, not because I'm a liberal, dummy. Oy vey. Let's see. Kara says, the thing I originally admired about Facebook is that it showed exactly the way the free market capitalism worked. Rich is calling him a liar. Jim says, after hearing all that, I may get off of Facebook. Okay. Okay, well, at least look up Judgment English on YouTube. You will see for yourself. I'm not sure what that means. Rose will do their part to make this a liberal world, right? I mean, that's the thing. You know, now here's one thing that I'll give the Zuck credit for, but he's not going to act on it. Well, you know, Congressman, there's Silicon Valley, pretty liberal place, and that's bothered me. And so I've really tried to get more, points of view there. What? So your point of view is that John McCain is good? Is that as far right wing as you're going to get? Let's see. What else happened today? Oh, you want to see this? This is kind of interesting. Some of the more uncomfortable moments for the Zuck on the hearings for the past 2 days. He's not a very comfortable guy, is he? You could tell he's very uncomfortable in his skin. But let's take a look at some of the more uncomfortable moments. And congressmen, they really are making fools of themselves because it's so obvious they don't know. They have no idea and no business asking this guy questions because they don't know what it is they're talking about. But let's go here with the Zuck.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, Mr. Zuckerberg.
So, Senator Peters.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Zuckerberg.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank you for being here today.
Mr. Zuckerberg, thanks so much for being here. And
thank you for being here. I'm over here. Thanks.
Do you know who Palantir is?
I do.
Some people have referred to them as Stanford Analytica.
Cranston, Rhode Island, Analytica.
Cambridge Analytica.
Really important. Now, my son, Charlie, who's 13, is dedicated to Instagram, so he'd want to be sure I mention him.
I'm a proud member of Facebook. Just got a post from my sister on this being National Sibling Day, so I've connected with 4 or 5 of my staff while I was giving you...
You know, the only thing they missed, hey, Mark, you know something? We're friends on Facebook, you and me. You're one of my first friends. You remember when I posted that thing about that ice cream sundae thing? Oh, or hey, remember when the ice water challenge and I put it over my head? Did you see that video? I mean, really, Congressman? Really? John thinks that they should leave the Zuck alone. I don't think so. He got some splaining to do.
You my undivided, our family undivided attention.
I love a certain kind of chocolate.
Well, you have the Facebook tab open, and that new tab has a Facebook button on it.
If I'm emailing within WhatsApp, does that ever inform your advertisers?
That if someone breaks into my apartment with a crowbar and they take my stuff.
But is it ever really gone?
From our systems, it is.
From the cloud or wherever it is.
Data that's tracking that's not necessarily linked to Facebook, but linked to some device they went through Facebook on. Is that right?
Well, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
I mean, seriously, Orrin Hatch, really? Well, how do you? I mean, if you're not paying, no one's paying. How do you have a business model? Have you ever heard of radio? Mr. Hat, radio, television, local newspapers. There's a thing called advertising. Again, embarrassing themselves. Just embarrassing themselves.
There's some impurities in the Facebook punch bowl.
Okay. There's some impurities in the Facebook punch bowl. And, yeah. What else is out there? Any more little testimony you want to hit? There was another one that was kind of interesting. Of course, every conservative had to hit on Diamond and Silk, but you know what? There's a reason they should have been. It's a very important story, if you ask me. Let's play that little.
In technology subcommittee here, we're getting ready to do a second one on algorithms. We're going to do one next week on prioritization. So I'd like to ask you, do you subjectively manipulate your algorithms to prioritize or censor speech?
Congresswoman, we don't think about what we're doing as censoring speech. I think that there are types of content like terrorism that I think that we all agree we do not want to have on our service. So we build systems that can identify those and can remove that content, and we're very proud of that work.
Let me tell you something right now. Diamond and Silk is not terrorism.
Generally, time. So no, they're not terrorists. And Marsha Blackburn, if you're gonna keep reading somebody else's scripts for you and you want to run for Senate, you better practice the punchline a little bit better so you can do the mic drop and get out. Reese says, "Don't be axing. I'll ask you a question anytime I want. I'll ask you this. I'll ask you that." Let's see. Linda says, "Rusty, remember when you had to get off your tail to go turn the channel? That was in the 60s and 70s. We're not in that same time anymore." Yeah, no, we're not. Rusty, you get up and change that channel to Mork and Mindy, would you? Happy Days is coming up. Get that on that channel 4. Yeah. Gretchen says, "I loved watching Diamond and Silk ever since Donald Trump was running for president. I couldn't find them for a while after he was elected." I've actually talked to Diamond and Silk a couple of times. I was running a radio network, and I had talked to them about maybe doing a Diamond and Silk radio show. And then their handlers get involved. And whenever the handlers get involved, they know everything. And they blew it. Diamond and Silk could have had a talk radio show, could have been on your station near you. But these handlers, they know everything. Oh, they're smart. And usually there was 3 people. There was 3 when I was running the network. There was 3 people I tried to hire. You ready? You want to hear the 3 people I tried to hire? And this was before you had heard of. Well, you'd heard of one of them. I worked to hire a guy named Steve Bannon. I was trying to get him to do a talk radio show. And then I tried to get a guy who was just doing weekends at the time on Fox News, Tucker Carlson, and then Diamond and Silk. Come on, that's pretty good. I think my track record's pretty strong. The network just didn't have enough money, and they tried. And then again, like Tucker didn't want to work that hard, he said, although now he's doing Daily Show on Fox, but it was probably a good idea. Probably he lucked out for that. Bannon said he was working on something in politics and would maybe get back to me on that one, and we know what happened there. Let's see here. Sandra asks, will the swamp ever be drained? Boy, I don't know. I don't know. I sure hope so. It doesn't look good right now, that's for sure. Doesn't look good. I mean, Trump's trying, but they are doing everything they can to try to destroy him, and that's why everybody around him has been attacked. By the way, have you given me some thumbs ups? Have you shared this video today? Share the video. Share the video. Give me thumbs up. Give me some hearts. Come on, do it now. I was working on a song today. Jack said, Rusty, I tried to get you to hire me for the network. Oh, well, sorry about that, bud. Ken says, get Herman Cain. He's funny. I'm not doing that job anymore. Share the video. Thumbs up and hearts now. Thank you, Kathy. Kara shared. I was working on a song idea. I'm really busy right now. I'm working on a documentary. And so it's really taken up a lot of my time. But I had an idea for a song, and I was going to do a video for it today. You know that CeeLo Green song, Forget You? Except there's another version of it. I see you walking around. What was it? See you walking around town on the platform I love, and I'm like, Zuck you. Anyway. Zuck you and Zuck her too, and little Zuckerberg song. Danny's from Texas. Beth shared from East Texas. Kara's there. It would have sounded better than that. I would have taken some time. Randy says his thumbs up disappeared. You have no way to give thumbs up. What are you talking about? It's right here on the screen. Thumbs up. I'm giving myself a bunch of thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. You know what? Let's see who can hit the thumbs up and the hearts faster. Go. 1, 2, 3. For 5 seconds. As fast as you can. Hit the thumbs up and the hearts. Boom, 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 boom. Fast. I'm going fast. Tamara thinks I should do the Zuck song. I will try to do it. I'm working on a documentary. I'm not seeing enough hearts. I'm not seeing enough shares. Come on. Let's teach Zuck a lesson. Teach him a lesson. There you go. John says, believe it or not, Rusty, you are bringing us together. Well, thank you, John. Heal the world. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Kathy's in Southern California. Josh is there. Oh. I saw this video. Rick is in Arkansas. How you doing, Rick? I've got 2 daughters, right? And I saw a video on Facebook today. Man. It's one of these ones where if you've got a daughter, you got to see it. Because I don't know about you. My teenage daughters, man, they know everything. Oh, are they smart? Just ask them. Guys, if you're going to a place and they're serving drinks, I don't want you drinking, but if you're going to do it, be careful. Ken, singers like Rusty turn people to rap. I was only a professional singer for like 15 years, Ken. So, sorry. Anyway, if you're going to have a drink, be careful. Put a lid on it. Don't be not paying attention because people put stuff in the drinks. And they're like, yeah, Dad, you don't know nothing. Watch this video of these girls and pay real close attention. It took me like 2 or 3 times to even see why this video mattered. But it's a big deal. So watch this video. This one's important. Watch this. And if you're on the podcast, I'll tell you in a second what this is. Okay, did you see it? Did you catch it? Did you catch it? It took, like I said, it took me a couple times other than just seeing a couple of idiot girls. And if you're listening to the podcast, so it's at some kind of a outdoor concert. And there's two attractive girls, and they're drinking, and they're doing the selfies, and they're sticking their tongues out and sucking on lollipops. And then something else happens. Okay, if you didn't see it, I'm going to play it one more time. Watch this. All right, you saw that, right? I'll go back one more time. So what's happening is, as these girls are sitting around and being stupid and not paying attention, some dude walks up right behind her and drops right there. See that? Drops what appears to be probably some drugs, probably some Rohypnol or some kind of roofie. And you can see him drop it right there, and she doesn't even see it. She knows nothing. Nobody's paying attention. And what that guy will do is she'll drink it, and then he'll just watch her for the next, 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then when the drugs take effect, swoops in for the kill. And that literally could be it. Here, I'll let you watch it again one more time because it's just unbelievable. Drop it in. She's not paying attention. I hope they catch that guy. I hope he's already sitting in prison. I really do. Just off. Does that make you mad? If so, if that makes you mad, I want to see the mad thing. Give me the mad face right now, would you please? And while you're giving me the mad face, and while you're interacting and letting people know that you're paying attention, while you're sharing the video, I want to tell you about something that's so important. It could change your life. That's a pretty tall order. I want you to think about what it would be like if all of a sudden all of your favorite people on social media disappeared. Maybe you're nice and you like watching this show, and I appreciate you so much. Now, you could find the podcast at Apple Podcasts and Radio Public and every place that podcasts are. But it might take a while for you to figure that out. Or maybe you just think I'm on vacation for a couple weeks. You don't know. But if you follow me on the Hear Me Out app, I give daily updates, sometimes 2 or 3 times. If I'm in a mood, I may do 5 in a day. But it's only a few seconds of listening, and it's interesting and entertaining. What's the latest one? I don't even know what I don't think I did one today. Oh, yeah, that guy should be beaten like a rented mule that did that. Absolutely. So all you do is you download the Hear Me Out app, right? A bunch of stuff comes up. You find me, follow me, Rusty Humphries. Very easy to do. And then, I got to. And then you could find my posts. For example, here's one from the other day. I went to a film festival and I saw a great movie. It's called The Last Movie Star. Well, here, let me tell you about it on the Hear Me Out app. Hold on.
I'm in Phoenix, Arizona at the Phoenix Film Festival, and a lot of great movies, a lot of great people there. I just saw a movie that I'd kind of heard of. It has not been released yet, but it's at this film festival. It's called The Last Movie Star, and it stars Burt Reynolds. Now, if you're young and you don't know who Burt Reynolds is, he was a huge star in the 70s and the 80s, and he's now getting up there in age. And the movie is almost about his life. And I got to tell you, it is maybe the best acting I've ever seen Burt Reynolds do, and it is a touching, warm, incredible film. I can't highly recommend it enough.
And that's it. That's 41 seconds. That's as long as any of the messages will be. Now, again, it's not all movie reviews, and sometimes it's politics. Sometimes I tell you some behind-the-scenes stuff. Sometimes if something happened, I could say, hey, okay, we've been taken off of Twitter, for example. Let me tell you what to do. Okay, so please, Kimberly says my feed is being messed with. Sorry about that, guys. Ken says Bert is getting to be a frail old guy. Anyway, follow me. Will you download the Hear Me Out app on your phone? Just download it and follow me, Rusty Humphries, and some other ones of my friends, too, at Liberty One TV. I'd really appreciate it. I'll give you one of the things that's kind of cool in that movie with Burt Reynolds is they put old Burt Reynolds, today Burt Reynolds, in scenes that he was in like Smokey and the Bandit. So Smokey and the Bandit, Bandit's driving really fast in the Bandit car, and Bert's going, will you slow down? And young Bert's laughing, as the Bandit. And he goes, you were a good-looking kid back then, but I'm telling you, you're doing things wrong. You're messing up your life. Yeah, whatever. And so they interspersed things that he said in previous movies with him talking to his, the older self talking to the younger self. Very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. And you might want to, when it comes out, check it out. I really enjoyed it. Linda says, I know Burt Reynolds because Sally Field says, put the metal to the pedal or put the pedal to the metal. Awesome movie. Carrie says, you are very entertaining. Thank you. Well, thank you, Carrie. You're awesome. Was there anything else that was entertaining today? Oh, yes. Now, as you probably know, or may not know, I'm a single guy. And my wife passed away a while ago. I've been a single dad. And so it's always difficult, to be in that. I'm not really dating or anything right now. Kathy got the Hear Me Out app. Thank you, Kathy. But sometimes it's not easy, again, as a guy that's kind of out of practice, of how to deal best with women and the opposite sex. So I found a video that is kind of got some tips. And so, ladies, what I'd like you to do, if you wouldn't mind, is watch these tips and tell me if you think these are good tips for me to learn so I could be better with, the next Mrs. Humphries. All right, here we go.
It's just, there's all this pressure, And sometimes it feels like it's right up on me. And I can just feel it, like literally feel it in my head. And it's relentless. And I don't know if it's going to stop. I mean, that's the thing that scares me the most, is that I don't know if it's ever going to stop.
Yeah. Well, you do have a nail in your head.
It is not about the nail.
Are you sure? Because, I'll bet if we got that out of there...
Stop trying to fix it.
No, I'm not trying to fix it. I'm just pointing out that maybe the nail is causing...
You always do this. You always try to fix things when what I really need is for you to just listen.
See, I don't think that is what you need. I think what you need is to get the nail
See, you're not even listening now.
Okay, fine. I will listen. Fine.
It's just... Sometimes it's like there's this achy... I don't know what it is. And I'm not sleeping very well at all. And all my sweaters are snagged. All of them.
Yeah, that sounds really hard.
It is. Thank you. Ow!
Oh, come on. Ow. If you would just...
Don't...
Try to see things my way. Okay, now, ladies, that sounds very... That could be good tips on how to... Well, that's totally me, by the way. Maybe it's the nail. It's not that... You're not listening. I know, but there is a nail sticking out of you. No, I don't. Oh, Patty, I know you're not all crazy like that. And if I did think you, I wouldn't have played it because I just thought it was funny. It's okay to be funny sometimes. You know what else is funny and interesting? My book, 7 Ways to Win Political Debates with Liberal Family and Friends and Still Keep Them as Family and Friends. It's available at Amazon. It's not a long book. but it is available in paperback and on Kindle, and I also have a version that is the audio version on Audible. I don't hardly make any money on it. It's cheap, but it is good and interesting, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope you'll get this book. Also, follow me in the Hear Me Out app, if you would, please. And would you check out the nice folks at Liberty One TV? Keep following the nice folks here on Right Wing News and these other great pages that we're on Facebook. My podcast, The Rusty Humphries Rebellion, is on iTunes and Stitcher and iHeartRadio, as is my other podcast, which comes out every Thursday. It's called We Review Everything, with me and my great friend Orson Scott Card, the author of Ender's Game and 400 other books. It's awesome. That's it. I do appreciate you. Oh, Carrie says, just listen. Never tell her your great ideas. Just tell her she's pretty. Carrie, you're so pretty. And thank you for that information. You're so smart, too. You're pretty and smart. How's that? Did you like that one? That's it. I'll see you next time. May God, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. That's it. My name is Rusty Humphries, and this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.